I really like box joints, mainly for three reasons. First reason, I think they look really cool. Those woods come together, just bring a nice touch of elegance to any project. You can also do neat things with contrasting woods to really enhance the look of a project. And I think that also the third reason is that they're super easy to make. And that's what I'm going to show you here is how to create a box joint jig, and then we're going to set it up and actually mill some box joints with it. So what I have here is a very simple scrap of plywood. It's about 15 inches long, about 4 inches high. I have some stock milled that I'm going to use for the indexing pin that we're going to slip into a slot that we're going to create on that. And that will be our very simple box joint jig. Now, I will give you a little bit of advice if you're interested in something that is more complex, more adjustable, more feature-rich. There are box joint jigs commercially available out there that will do a lot more than this one will. And there are plans out there available that will guide you through making a more sophisticated, more adjustable jig. This one is very basic, not a lot of adjustability. But it's perfect for a kind of a 1 or 2 project thing, quick setup, and you're ready to go. The setup here is I've got my board clamped to my miter gauge. I've got a stack dado just a 1/4 inch wide. You can set that up to whatever width you want for your project. And I've got some indexing pin stock ready to go. I have the dado height set to the height of this indexing pin. So it's a 1/4 inch wide, maybe 3/8 inch tall. The height of this is not super critical. The width is critical. So I'm going to go ahead and run a dado through this board, and that'll be our first step. Okay, now I've got my dado milled into my board. I'm going to take the indexing pin stock. I'm going to cut maybe a 2-inch section of that, and then I'm going to glue it in to that recess that I've milled into the board. And when the glue dries, I'll come back and we'll show you how to set up the box joint, and we'll make a joint. All right, the glue is dried. We're going to set up the jig now to make our first cut. And what we're going to do is slide it over to the dado stack. We're going to set the indexing pin 1 pin's width from the dado stack. So we're going to use this additional spacer left over from the same material that I milled the indexing pin with. I'm going to put this clamp on, just barely snug it up for now, and that's going to allow me to make any final kind of tuning adjustments. Okay, so that is a nice friction fit between the indexing pin and the dado blade. If we run a set of test cuts and we find that our fit is a little bit too loose, what we're going to do is we're going to move the jig a little bit away from the dado blade. So the pin moves away from the dado blade if they're too loose. If they're too tight, we're going to obviously then slide the pin a little bit closer to the dado blade. We're talking just light taps to make those adjustments, and you should be able to get it dialed in after a test cut or 2. So now we're all set up and ready to go. I'll make the first cut. Hopefully we'll be right on first time. So what I'm going to do is hold this firmly against the indexing pin, hold it flat against the backer board, and square with the bottom of the table. Just hold it nice into position while we make the first cut. Okay, now with the first cut made, I'm going to just slide that over the top of the indexing pin. Again, hold it firmly into position, make the cut, move that one over, set it on the indexing pin, and so on, right down the line. Okay, first piece is complete. Set that off to the side and mill number 2. Okay, now the moment of truth. We'll see how these go together. All right, that fit is perfect. Now, what you want to do is size your project so that the pieces line up even on the edges. I'm about an 1/8 inch off on each side, but for a test cut, that's no big deal. That came together really nicely. I hope you give this a try, incorporate it into one of your next projects, and hope you have success making your jig. Thanks.